Hi, and welcome to this program. My name is Anke, and I will be your guide and one of your teachers through this exciting journey. Since you're here, I probably don't have to convince you that social media is shaping how we live and do business today. Social media has the power to change lives and businesses beyond recognition. It can launch products into stratospheric success in brand new ways and give immediate access to millions of customers, literally delivering messages into their pockets. We learn of good news, sports results, births, birthdays, our friends' trips, weddings, first school days, latest dance moves and cookouts, all in the blink of an eye or the scroll of our thumb, and social media is what frames our reactions. It's the construct we use to connect to others and to tell our stories. Social media is a perfect medium for getting your story out there and for connecting with people. That's true for your personal story, but social media also offers a platform for businesses to connect to customers and potential customers, which has opened a whole new world for marketing. With social media, marketers can become part of the conversation, and when done well, social media marketing can help businesses launch products, generate sales, and provide excellent customer service. Good social media marketing involves making authentic connections and providing value through content and interaction. It's a bit of a mix between art and science, and this program will provide you with all the skills and tools you need to do it well. Whether you are looking to start a career in social media marketing, whether you work for a Fortune 500 company, a tiny little mom and pop shop, or are simply interested in marketing your own brand and story on social media, then this is the course for you. You don't need any experience to get started. We'll start from the very beginning. The only thing you need is an appetite for social media, willingness to put stories out there, and a Facebook or Instagram account. This program will look at all aspects of social media marketing, and we will cover all the important social media platforms. We'll focus quite a bit on Facebook and Instagram. These apps are central to the social media marketing world, and mastering those applications will set you up for future success. More than that, Meta has partnered with us to create this course, and we're delighted to have them on board. We'll cover the theory behind social media, and throughout this program, you'll also get cutting-edge, hands-on experience through working on our carefully curated projects. We've worked closely with a team at Meta to get a better understanding of the crucial steps that make social media marketers successful, and those are exactly the things you'll get to practice in our projects. These specially curated projects are a golden opportunity to put what you've learned into practice. And after you successfully complete them, you can even use them to create a portfolio to showcase your talents to future employers. Not only is this program wonderful fun, it will help you hone your content creation and social media marketing abilities, and it prepares you for entry-level roles as a social media marketer. Upon successful completion of the program, you will earn both the Coursera certification and the Meta Digital Marketing Associate certification. These certifications are valued by hiring managers across industries. It doesn't matter if you want to work for a sports team or for a movie studio, for a massive tech company or for a local photographer, these certifications matter because mastery of social media is essential for every business today. And employers love to see documented proof of what employees are capable of before hiring them. There are 6 courses in this program. The first course is an introduction to the social media landscape and will prepare you for your marketing journey. The second course is all about content development for social media and how businesses can build their presence and their brand and participate in a rich and meaningful way on social media platforms. The third course looks at the basics of advertising on social media. You learn how advertising on social media works and how you can use it to amplify your message and make it resonate deeply with your audience. In the fourth course, you'll learn how to build campaigns in Ads Manager, Meta's tool for advertising across Facebook and Instagram. In the 5th course, we look at how to measure the success of campaigns and further optimize them. And then finally, in the 6th course, you will complete a capstone project where you will build your portfolio representing the work you did throughout this course and telling your unique social media marketing campaign story. We'll offer the support you need to get you on your way, but your success in this program depends on you. Take your time going through all the videos, the practice quizzes, graded quizzes and projects. Participate in the discussions with your fellow students and keep in touch with us through discussion boards. And now we come to the most exciting part of any journey, the part where the real story begins. Good luck with the course. I'm so excited to see how you'll do with the project. Let the journey begin. Hi, I'm Anke Oudenaert and I'm one of the instructors in this social media marketing professional certification program. I love marketing and I'm especially passionate about digital marketing. I started my digital marketing journey at Yahoo, quite a while back actually. For 8 years, I led their global marketing research team here in Silicon Valley. It was an exhilarating time. It opened my eyes to everything digital marketing has to offer, and it all came during a time the internet was fast developing, and I was in a front row seat to see it all happen. I'm a trained psychologist, and my master's is in consumer behavior and marketing, but Yahoo was definitely an equally important school to me. With what I learned about digital media and advertising, I started my own company together with a few friends, Jump Time. We focused on advertising and revenue optimization for publishers. Building a software company from scratch was fun and sure felt like a roller coaster. We sold the company to OpenX, an advertising technology company, and I worked with them to help them integrate our software. While working in these companies, I joined the faculty at the UCLA Anderson School of Management, where I've been teaching digital marketing and analytics in the MBA program. It's there that I found my passion for teaching. Over the past few years, I've combined my love for teaching, digital marketing, and building products into creating different online courses, together with our team here at Aptly. Our team has worked extensively with Facebook to help their teams create education programs. I'm very excited about this program. I can't wait to show you the power of social media marketing and see you use it to connect and get your story out there. There's so much opportunity in this space, and I think that, just like me, you'll love it. This is our first course in the Social Media Marketing Professional Certification Program. This course is an introduction to social media. Of course, I'm sure that to most of you, social media needs little introduction. But if you're like me, you probably use some platforms on a daily basis, but don't have frequent exposure to other platforms. I, for instance, have always been a heavy user of Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Pinterest and Twitter, but when it comes to TikTok or Snapchat, I'm a more recent user, and I use YouTube, but less frequently. What's more, I use all these platforms in my personal life, but I use some of them more than others when it comes to their business and marketing applications. And I know there's always something new to discover. That's why I think it is always a good idea to take a few steps back before diving deep into social media marketing. It helps to understand the landscape a bit, to know how the main platforms work and how you can use them for marketing, even if you have some experience already. And since there are different frameworks and ways to approach marketing, it's a good idea to all get on the same page and look at the building blocks I believe are essential to a good marketing approach. Which is the focus of this course. We'll start at the beginning. If you have some experience already, then this course will be a nice refresher with some of the latest trends and applications. If you don't have experience yet, then you'll be all set by the end of this course to start your social media marketing journey. So, what will we cover? The first week is all about understanding the social media landscape. You'll get a better understanding of what we mean by marketing, digital marketing, and social media marketing. Then you'll learn how businesses can participate in social media. You'll also get an overview of the social media landscape and learn how to categorize different types of social media platforms, and how Meta evolved and which products it offers for business. In the second week, we'll start digging into the main social media platforms. You'll learn how they function and what opportunities they offer for marketing. As you know, there are many platforms, and we will go through the most important ones. We'll cover Facebook, YouTube, Messenger, WhatsApp, Instagram, WeChat, Pinterest, LinkedIn, TikTok, Snapchat, Twitter, and networks that focus on niche interests. Then, in the third week, you'll start getting ready for your social media marketing. You'll first learn to set your marketing goals, then you'll define what success will look like for you and how you will measure it. In the fourth week, we continue with the core building blocks and you'll define who you will target with your marketing and explore what the typical journey of your customer looks like. You'll also complete a project where you will define a customer persona and map out the journey of that customer. That may sound somewhat abstract now, but we'll provide you with the blueprints of what will become a detailed description of a target audience. Finally, in week 5, you'll learn how to choose social media channels for your marketing. First, you'll learn how to identify the channels that best fit your goals and your audience, and then you'll learn how to put policies in place to help manage your company blogs and social media interactions. This introduction will give you the foundation you need to start your social media marketing journey. So all that's left for me is to wish you good luck. I'm excited to get started, and I will see you in our first lesson. Working in social media is exciting and dynamic. Businesses are clamoring for experts in social media, and the number of jobs that require social media skills keeps growing. When you successfully finish this program, you'll receive 2 certifications, one from Coursera and one from Facebook, certifying your mastery of Ads Manager. These 2 certifications will be among the first things many employers look for, so you'll have a leg up in your job search. You'll also have the projects that you completed during your coursework, which will build up to a portfolio you can use to showcase your abilities to potential employers. So you're probably curious as to what kinds of roles you'll be suitable for by the end of this program. Well, nearly every organization now has a social media presence, and many of these have entry-level positions available, where fresh ideas and a willingness to jump into new projects are highly desirable traits. Jobs in social media marketing roughly fall into 2 categories. First, there are a number of jobs that focus on social media management. In these jobs, you play a role in crafting a company's voice and social media personality. Jobs as a social media coordinator and an engagement coordinator, for instance. As a social media coordinator, you'll post to social media accounts and follow instructions from the director of social media. You could be working with a well-known brand or company or even a celebrity. An engagement coordinator is like a social media coordinator, but as well as posting to social media accounts and messaging followers, they're also responsible for guiding the online behavior of followers. You encourage followers to interact with your posts, and you respond to comments and react to trends in the broader social media space. This program also prepares you for a second category of jobs in social media marketing, namely jobs that focus on creating and managing paid advertising on social media. These jobs exist both in advertising agencies and on the client side. Social media marketing associate is one of the types of roles you'll find at an advertising agency. Working for agencies is a fun and dynamic way to put all you've learned to work. You'd be involved in creating advertising campaigns for different social media platforms. Agencies have multiple clients, and so you get to work on a wide number of different campaigns with many different goals and for many different companies. It's a wonderfully exciting way to break into social media advertising. Working as a social media marketing associate on the client side means you're working for one specific client or company. This could be anything from big brands like Adidas or Pepsi to smaller brands that rely heavily on social media. Roles you'll find here are similar as the ones you find in agencies, but you'd focus your advertising efforts on one brand, and you'd often work together with your counterparts on the agency side. Working on the client side is a fantastic way to really sink your teeth into one brand and to really focus on how to use your social media skills on that single brand. Of course, you might find that smaller companies have one person focusing on social media marketing who has to wear many hats and basically performs parts of all these jobs. Or you may decide to start your own business, in which case social media marketing skills will come in handy as you grow your business. In addition to the jobs I outlined so far, there are a myriad of other jobs available to those who master the art of social media, including bloggers, brand ambassadors, community managers, social media coordinators or associates, managers, directors, and social media copywriters. While many companies are looking to hire social media marketers to join their team, you could also decide that you'd like to be a freelancer. Social media marketing lends itself very well to part-time or freelance roles. Say you could work on writing content for social media marketing as a freelancer, supporting a larger company who may have an occasional need for some extra help. Or you could help out a small firm with the management of their Facebook page and Instagram account on a part-time basis. In other words, social media marketing offers great opportunities for flexible jobs for those who need or desire them. Finally, great social media marketers generally like dynamic environments where they can learn from others. They have a love of lifelong learning, are keen to work with others, yet also display a knack for rolling up their sleeves and getting the job done on their own. If this sounds like you, then you could be ideally suited to a job in social media marketing, and this program will prepare you to start your career. Marketing is the art and science of selling products and services. Even if you have created the greatest product on earth, you'd have a hard time selling it without any marketing. Just think of brands like Nike, Starbucks, Apple, or Levi's. It's likely the first thing to come to mind when we mention these brands is their logo. Sure, they sell good shoes, coffee, phones, and jeans, but it's hard to imagine them being as big as they are today without marketing. Since you're in this course, I'm sure I don't have to tell you how essential and powerful marketing is. Marketing is all around us. You've probably seen a few ads online today. You may have gotten an email announcing an attractive sale for your favorite clothing brand. You may have seen a billboard or two, and the computer or device you're using now probably has a brand logo. All of that is marketing. Marketing fuels a critical part of our economy, and the most significant chunk of marketing spending goes to advertising. Here is the official definition of marketing from the American Marketing Association. Marketing is the activity, set of institutions and processes for creating, communicating, delivering, and exchanging offerings that have value for customers, clients, partners, and society at large. That may sound rather complex, but the most important part to take away from this definition is offerings that have value. That's really what marketing centers around. It's a marketer's job to create these offerings of value and to get them in front of customers. At its core, marketing involves these 4 steps: understanding and studying the audience or customers for a product, creating messages related to or promoting the product, getting these messages in front of the right people, and evaluating and optimizing the impact of your message. We refer to some of the marketing messages that are created in this process as advertising. Ads are those messages marketers pay for to get them in front of their audience. So while people may mention advertising and marketing in one breath, advertising is really a subset of marketing. Let's look at an example to see how these 4 steps in marketing work together. Imagine you have a company that makes soap. You know you have an excellent product, one that is in many ways better than any other soap on the market. That's a great start, but it isn't enough. You have to find a way to help people understand how amazing your product is, and you have to convince them they need it. That's where marketing comes in. To sell your soap bars, it helps to understand the people who would like to buy them. What are my customers or potential customers' needs, and how can my product help them? Understanding your audience is the first step in successful marketing. Then, based on these insights, create your messaging. You may want to tout the specific aspects of your soap that you think will appeal to your audience, accompanied with images that the audience may like to create your ad. Next, you will want to consider how to get your ad in front of your audience. You may decide the right place to show your ad is on TV, on billboards, on a few blogs, and on Facebook and other social media channels. Finally, after your ads ran, you can evaluate whether they had an effect on sales. Are you seeing more interest in your soap? And you may find that a particular ad of yours did really well, while other ads did not move the needle as much. You can use that information to optimize your future campaign strategies and focus on the types of ads that work. Here's an example of an ad from the recent Dove campaign, the Self-Esteem Project.
Come with me and you'll be in a world of pure imagination. Take a look and you'll see into your imagination. What we'll see will defy explanation. If you wanna view paradise, simply look around and view it. Anything you want to do it. Wanna change the world, there's nothing to it. There is no life I know to compare with your imagination. Living there, you'll be free if you truly wish to be.
20 years after launching its legendary campaign for real beauty, Dove is continuing its commitment to keeping beauty real. In the 2024 Self-Esteem campaign, the company looks at the impact of AI on beauty standards. The marketers behind this campaign relied on extensive research to help them understand what people think about beauty. After surveying 33,000 people from 20 countries, they learned that 1 in 3 women feel pressure to alter their appearance based on what they see online. Based on this insight, marketers created a campaign that focused on helping women reassess what beauty means and creating a new set of digital standards for representation with the Real Beauty Prompt Playbook. Since launching the campaign for Real Beauty, Dove marketers have successfully gotten their message in front of their audience through ads in magazines, billboards, televisions, and social media sites. For the Self-Esteem campaign, Dove has partnered with social media influencers to place their ads on Facebook and Instagram using hashtags like #NoDigitalDistortion and Keep Beauty Real. Both the Keep Beauty Real and Self-Esteem campaigns have been wildly successful. Based on the results and specific insights, the marketing teams could then further optimize the message and where the ads were shown to further increase their impact on sales. Marketers rely on different channels to put ads in front of potential customers. Television, radio, billboards, magazines, and newspapers are all popular channels. We refer to these as traditional marketing channels, as opposed to the newer digital marketing channels, or the channels that relate to the online world, like search engines, social platforms, and so on. To get their message in front of the right people, marketers go where their audience is. They follow the eyeballs, so to speak. Over the years, as people have started to spend an increasing amount of time online, marketers' attention has shifted to digital channels, with an increasing portion of their advertising budgets now spent on online advertising. This chart from eMarketer illustrates this. In the US, in 2023, more money was spent on digital channels than on traditional channels, and the digital portion is predicted to keep growing. Marketers want to advertise in the channels where people spend their time, but that's hardly the only reason for the attraction to digital media channels. In the next video, we'll dig a little deeper into what we refer to as digital marketing and why it is so attractive. This program focuses primarily on social media marketing, one form of digital marketing. But before we dive into social media marketing, let's take a broader look at what we mean when we talk about digital marketing. Simply put, digital marketing is marketing that uses digital technology or digital media. It's revolutionized marketing because it is uniquely powerful. Let's watch this ad for Friskies cat food that aired on TV in the 1990s. The goal was to generate awareness and interest among cat owners for the Friskies brand.
Bring out the Frisky in your cat.
Now imagine Friskies approached you today and asked you to help them generate awareness and interest in their line of organic cat food among cat owners. Would a TV ad still be the most obvious choice? Probably not. We know that people are spending an increasing amount of time online, so chances are you can get their attention there. However, that's not the only reason you should consider advertising online. Digital marketing is unique in that it allows you to specifically target your message to the people that may be interested. It lets you measure the effect of your message. Let's take our Friskies example. Advertising online would give Friskies targeting options they don't have on traditional network TV. If you advertise on TV, you can choose when your ad appears, during which show, but you don't have much information about who's watching. It's likely that many of the people that would see the ad on TV aren't interested in cat food and don't own a cat. With online advertising, you can reach people who own a cat and are more likely to be interested in organic food. Another key feature of advertising online is that you can measure your ad's effectiveness on the behavior of the people who saw your ad. That's extremely important for marketers, as this kind of measurement capability helps to spend your marketing dollars more effectively. You can measure what works and adjust your campaign when you find that there are options for improvement. A lot of what you will learn in this course centers around these two key strengths of digital marketing: targeting who sees your messaging and the ability to measure the effectiveness of your messages. Digital marketing is a broad term and it covers a wide range of marketing activities. You'll hear people divide them up in a few common categories related to different types of online activities. Let's take a closer look. This program is about social media marketing, or marketing in social media channels like Facebook, Instagram, X, etc. They'll cover how marketers can use social media to connect to people online, how you can build up and engage an audience, and we will take a very close look at how advertising on social media works. Examples of social media marketing you may encounter include this Instagram account of Starbucks, for instance, where they carefully curate posts for their followers, or this Facebook ad by Kellogg's. Another form of digital marketing is search engine optimization and marketing, or SEO and SEM. Search engine marketers focus on making businesses and their products and services discoverable through search engines like Google. Search engine optimization works to increase the chance that a website shows up as an organic search result when relevant keywords are typed into a search engine. Organic search results are the results a search engine returns without anyone paying to have the result come up. Search engine marketing, or advertising, on the other hand, is focused on advertising associated with certain keywords, like the ads you see in this image. Let's look at this example for a search for non-stick pans. The results Google returns for this search exist of organic search results as well as ads. SEO, or search engine optimization, is a series of actions that can help to make a website come up higher in these organic results for a relevant search, in this case, non-stick pans. And SEM, or search engine marketing, focuses on the placement of ads for particular keywords. Another common form of digital marketing is display advertising. Display advertising refers to advertising with images or videos on websites or apps. It's a bit of a catch-all term for many of the ads you see online, like this ad from Statista on the CNN website, for instance, or this ad from AT&T on InStyle.com. Then there's email marketing. Email is an important part of online activity, and marketers use it to connect with current or prospective customers. Email marketing remains an important tool in a marketer's toolbox. Here's an example from Williams-Sonoma. Content marketing is another common form of digital marketing. It's a strategic marketing approach in which content is created and distributed with the goal to attract customers to a product or service without overtly advertising the product. Content marketers will often focus on informational or educational content to encourage interest in a product. Here's an example for REI, a video in which they explain how to change the chain on a bike. They're not promoting bikes or even bike parts in this video. The goal in content marketing is to help build awareness and engagement with the brand so people will think more favorably of the brand in the future, or will check out what else the brand has to offer on their website, for instance. Social media marketing, search engine optimization and marketing, display advertising, email marketing, and content marketing are the most common forms of digital marketing. Of course, you'll find examples that don't fall neatly in these categories and are a blend of a few different techniques. These different types of digital marketing often correspond with roles inside larger marketing teams or in agencies. Often, a marketing team will include a search engine marketer, a social media marketer, email marketer, and content marketers. On top of that, you'll often find roles associated with different marketing goals, like brand marketers, who are focused on establishing and maintaining a brand and its image, and direct response marketers, who are focused on driving immediate action from their audience. All these roles work together, and while people will often specialize in one area, it's always good to know what the other parts of marketing focus on, as most marketing projects or advertising campaigns typically cut across different categories. So, a social media marketing campaign you develop for a particular product or service will often go hand in hand with a campaign in search and email marketing. Now it's time to look at social media marketing in a bit more depth in our next video. "59% of the global population is using social media. That's over 5.2 billion people, and the number is still growing. On average, these users spend 2 hours and 23 minutes per day on social media across devices in 2024. In fact, people between the ages of 16 and 24 spend closer to 3 hours and 38 minutes a day on social media. These are some of the statistics from Priori Data, a social media data insights company. With such a large audience and high usage, it's no wonder social media has become one of the most important marketing channels. Spending on social media advertising was approximately $270 billion and is expected to exceed $300 billion in 2024. Let's take a closer look at what social media marketing involves and which platforms and brands define the social media marketing landscape. Social media marketing is a form of digital marketing that uses social networking platforms or websites to promote a product or service. To understand social media marketing, it's essential to get a good handle on what social networking platforms or sites even are. Let's take a closer look. In 1996, 6degrees.com launched, named after the 6 degrees of separation theory, which suggests that any person is related to any other person through 5 intermediaries. So, if I would take 2 random people, person A and B, I can connect them through no more than 5 other people, Person A knows a person who 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 knows person B. So any two people are no more than 6 degrees apart. 6degrees.com was really the first social networking site where people could create a profile, find out who they were connected to, and build a network they could communicate with. Soon after, other sites emerged that used that same networking principle, like Friendster, MySpace, Facebook, and LinkedIn. Initially, these sites were focused on finding connections, but very soon they became engines for communication and information sharing. This timeline was developed by Cheryl Lawson, an adjunct faculty member at Oklahoma State University. It shows the different brands that contributed to the social media landscape we know today. I'm sure there are many brands you recognize on this timeline, and there are most likely quite a few you don't recognize, either because they're no longer around, are prominent in other countries outside of the US, or because they serve smaller niche audiences. And of course, not all social media brands are included here, so you may know of some that are not on this timeline. But as you can see here, social media is young, and in its short life, it has gone through many changes. Many different companies have tried to find social media popularity, some more successfully than others. There are two core elements that typically define social media platforms. They let people connect, and they let people create or share content. The connection is crucial, and that was the big innovation in 6 Degrees. By bringing people together in one big network, people could connect with each other and use that connection to communicate or to share information and links. When people start to share information, they become content creators. That's another innovative element in social media. Social media has made it much easier for people to create and distribute content online. As a result, content creation is no longer in the hands of a few large publishers. From blogging networks, where people share long-form content they write, to video networks like YouTube and TikTok, where creators upload and share their videos, to platforms like Instagram or Pinterest, where people can grab or take pictures and share them, all these platforms have put users in the driver's seat when it comes to the content that gets created and shared. There are different types of social networks. Some are more focused on connecting and others on content creation. Some target broad audiences and some are more focused on niches or interest groups. Fred Cavazza divided up the landscape in a few categories. In this overview from 2023, he categorizes the social media platforms in networking, publishing, sharing, messaging, discussing, and collaborating platforms. Platforms focused on publishing are sites like YouTube or blogging platforms like Medium or WordPress. Instagram, Pinterest, and photo site Flickr are focused on sharing. Then there are the popular messaging platforms like WhatsApp or the more visual platforms like Snapchat. Sites like Reddit and Quora can be classified as discussion or Q&A platforms. Then there are the collaboration systems often used inside companies like Workplace or Slack. And finally, there are the networking sites and apps. Some of those are focused on professional networking, like LinkedIn for instance. Others are focused on networking around interests, like house for building and design, or location, next door. It helps to get a sense of the many different sites that make up the social media landscape today and how all of them have their specific focus. But many of these brands span different categories. Take Facebook, for instance, which started out as a networking and sharing platform, but now also has messaging tools, groups, long and short form video, and more. Our focus in this program will be on the bigger social networks, but it's good to keep in mind that many other social media platforms exist. To get a good understanding of the different social media sites in today's digital environment, you can use this social media map from Overdrive Interactive. I suggest you give it a read and highlight the platforms you've used. It will make you realize how vast the social media landscape has become. You may have noticed one area on this chart with international platforms. While many of the platforms we will study are global platforms like Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn, there are social media brands that dominate in regional markets. Some of those see some international use, like Chinese platform WeChat, for instance, but also sites like VKontakte, a Russian network site similar to Facebook, or Qzone, a social networking and blogging platform in China. Social media is a place where people can connect, create, and share content. Businesses can participate in social media too. So businesses too can connect with people or customers and create and share content. Social media marketing centers around that. Social media marketing is often split into different categories: organic or free social media marketing and paid social media marketing, also called social media advertising. Let's look at what that means. Organic social media marketing refers to all social media activity businesses can engage in without paying a fee. It's an important part of marketing, as social media users have come to expect that their favorite brands or the businesses they interact with are present on social media. Organic social media marketing typically involves establishing a business's profile or a business presence in the social media channels that matter for its users. For instance, setting up a Facebook business page or an Instagram account for business. Engaging with users on social media through posts, tweets, comments, sharing, and so on. Connecting with customers through messaging platforms like WhatsApp, for instance, often used for more individual customer service. Paid social media marketing or social media advertising refers to promoting a business's presence or message through advertising on social media platforms. That could be ads on Facebook, promoted posts on X, promoted posts on Instagram, and so on. Organic and paid social media marketing go hand in hand. Having a solid organic social media presence matters to the success of your social media advertising, and ads, on the other hand, can strengthen your organic presence. You learn all about that in this program, but let's look at an example of organic versus paid social media first. Let's take Staples, an office supplies chain. Here is their Facebook page, in which they regularly post about new products, provide useful tips, and so on. They also have a presence on Instagram. Here are a few of their posts. And you can find them on X, formerly Twitter, too. Staples' posts on these accounts all fall under organic social media marketing. They don't have to pay to create these pages or these posts, and it's a way for them to interact with their customers and prospects. But Staples also uses advertising on social media platforms to reach a broader audience. Here are two examples of ads they ran on Facebook and Instagram. So, as opposed to their organic social media marketing, these are posts they paid for. Social media marketing lets businesses connect with customers and prospect, and it's an excellent way for businesses to share content with their audience. They can do this through both organic and paid marketing. In what follows, we will look at how businesses' participation in social media really works. Social media isn't just for users. Businesses can benefit from participating in social media as well. Actually, customers expect to find businesses on social media. Today, more than 200 million businesses use Meta products every month to find new customers, hire employees, or engage with their communities. Businesses and marketers are participating in social en masse. Companies use social media to learn from their audiences, build loyalty, promote their products, and provide customer service. But in order to be successful, businesses have to remember the two core aspects of social media. Social media lets people connect and share or create content. Participation in social media requires attention to both these aspects. Yes, businesses can share content and promotional messages, but they should not forget that social media is also about connecting with people. And people have come to expect this connection to businesses and their products and brands. In fact, Charlene Lee, a prominent social media consultant and author, wrote in her book, Groundswell, companies need connections to their markets to create long-term loyalty. As social media has become increasingly prevalent, businesses need to focus on connecting with and engaging their audience. Each social platform has its own type of engagement. The way people connect and interact is slightly different on each platform. To be successful in building a social presence, companies need to understand what type of engagement is prevalent on a given platform and engage with users in those unique ways. To do that, it's a good idea for businesses to take some time to observe and understand a platform and its users. Then, a business can authentically participate. Participation means creating value for your audience. By providing meaningful contributions, you'll be able to expand your following. We'll go more in depth into tactics for engagement and content development later in this course, but for now, it is good to remember that businesses can participate as long as they focus on connecting, not promoting. As social media platforms have matured, they've created both free and paid tools for businesses and marketers to reach and engage their audiences. For example, Facebook has created dedicated pages for businesses. Facebook business pages enable businesses to have a unique presence online where they can engage with their audience through posting content as Facebook feed posts, stories, and reels. Users on Facebook can engage with businesses through comments, reactions, one-on-one chats through Messenger, and they can share content from businesses with their friends. Facebook is not alone in creating dedicated tools for businesses. Here we see Taco Bell's profile on X, where Taco Bell can engage with the X community through bite-sized messages known as posts. And Anthropologie's Pinterest page, where Anthropologie can pin inspirational content for their Pinterest followers to browse. Platforms like WeChat also have unique opportunities for businesses to create and share content with their audience, as you can see here in these posts on Starbucks' WeChat page. Along with page profiles and publishing tools, which are free for businesses to use, most of the more established social media platforms also have paid promotional offerings. Advertising on social media can help companies to extend their reach of their message, increase traffic to their site, and drive sales. Let's take a look at how BlendJet, the company that created a powerful, portable personal blender, had success with ads on YouTube.
Order yours now.
BlendJet set a target return on advertising spend, or ROAS, and invested in YouTube to drive sales. Here is what BlendJet CEO Ryan Pamplin has to say about advertising on YouTube. We're super grateful that YouTube has such an amazing marketing platform that lets us reach an incremental audience. The company's YouTube strategy resulted in a 413% revenue growth. That's an impressive increase in revenues, and that's just one example of how marketers can benefit from advertising in social media. Let's take a quick look at one more ad example. Pure Gym, the UK's largest gym operator, ran a Reels campaign on Facebook and Instagram between October 15 and October 22nd in 2022. These Reels ads generated a significant increase in services. Tom Donegan, Pure Gym's paid social manager, reported that working with Meta to develop new creatives, we proved that customizing ad content to appear more native to the Reels placement can drive a significant increase in brand and performance metrics, achieving a 2x increase in average view time and an 11% increase in sales. As you can see, there are many ways businesses can use social media to further their business goals. In the next video, we'll see how non-profits are using social media to find their audience and raise awareness, engage their community, and get donations. While social media is a great tool for businesses, it's also valuable for non-profits to grow awareness of their cause, keep their community informed, and raise funds. You might be familiar with the Ice Bucket Challenge, the viral campaign from 2014 that had everyone from your neighbor to Arnold Schwarzenegger dumping buckets of ice water over their heads to raise money for ALS research and other charities. It started with 3 friends who want to cure a debilitating disease. When Pete Frates was diagnosed with ALS, he and his friends wanted to fight the diagnosis and raise money for ALS research. So they turned to Facebook to amplify their reach and get their story out to the world. And it worked. Ice Bucket Challenge inspired the first generation of Facebook fundraising tools. To date, there are 2.4 million Ice Bucket Challenge videos tagged on Facebook, and the movement continues to raise money today. Non-profits, like businesses, are able to create Facebook pages, events, use Messenger and groups, as well as Instagram accounts for free to connect and engage with their communities. Given the connections between people in social networks, they offer unique opportunities to promote causes, drive awareness, and raise funds. And several social media platforms offer tools designed especially for nonprofits and causes. Of course, just like businesses, nonprofits rely on marketers to grow and engage their audience. So if you land a marketing role in a nonprofit, it's good to be aware of some of the core tools that exist. Let's take a look at some of these specialized tools. With Meta's charitable giving tools, nonprofits can raise money and awareness for their cause on Facebook and Instagram. These free tools help nonprofits collect donations and enable supporters to fundraise for a nonprofit. Nonprofits using Facebook's payment platform to process donations pay no fee, so 100% of the donations go to the charity. Meta is not alone in offering special tools and services for nonprofits. YouTube's nonprofit program, for instance, helps nonprofits connect with supporters, volunteers, and donors. For many causes, video is a new but essential format for storytelling. With 2.7 billion monthly active viewers on YouTube, nonprofits of all sizes can use YouTube videos to share their stories and reach a global audience, drive empathy, and engage supporters. For example, as part of the YouTube nonprofit program, nonprofits can set up fundraisers with tools that viewers can use to make donations to an organization or cause right from a video on YouTube. Here's an example of a fundraiser set up by Smosh Games together with St. Jude's Children's Hospital to raise money for free care for children and families in need.
What's up, everybody? It's your old pal, Smosh James.
We're here with YouTube and St. Jude Children's Research Hospital to spend the day and play games. I think we're all in awe. And September is Childhood Cancer Awareness Month, which is why we've got the donate button down there and which is why we're making this video. And YouTube and St. Jude have been really, really awesome with, filling us in with their history and why they're doing this. So, bye!
Some nonprofits have really cracked the code on engaging audiences and turning them into donors through the use of social networks. Let's look at this example from the WWF. They used Snapchat to share pictures of endangered animals. Images shared on Snapchat disappear after they've been viewed, and WWF cleverly accompanied their images with this hashtag, #LastSelfie. They suggested to Snapchat users that they should take a screenshot of the images and share them, so this would not be the animal's last selfie. Users shared their screenshots on X, Instagram, Facebook, and so on, adding viral strength to this campaign and raising awareness for the WWF's efforts to protect endangered species among the millennial audience. Let's look at this short video about the campaign. Finally, I would like to mention two organizations that have created tools that help people to tap into the power of social networks to help their cause. One of them is GoFundMe, a platform where people can create a web page for their own fundraiser. They can share this with friends through integrations with social networks like Facebook and X, for instance, raising awareness and donations for their cause. Petition website change.org is another platform that uses the power of social networks to rally people behind causes. Users and organizations can create petitions on the site that they can share through their social networks. As you can see, social media can be a very powerful channel for nonprofits. They can tap into the unique tools and services on social platforms to raise awareness about a cause, educate people, and raise funds. Marketing for nonprofits isn't different from marketing in business. Marketers work on understanding their audience, creating a powerful message, put that message in front of their audience, and then measure and optimize the impact. So far, we've seen that the social media landscape is vast and consists of many different platforms. And we know social media platforms provide great opportunities for marketers to connect with customers and share their message. In order to find your audience and to make a real connection with them, it helps to understand the main platforms people use. By the end of this video, you'll have a picture of the social media landscape and the different ways in which you can categorize the many social media sites. Marketers want to be where their customers are. Given the large reach of some social networks, chances are marketers can find their audience in the biggest social networks. Here's an overview of the most used social media platforms globally, as compiled by Statista, an online data reporting platform. Facebook is by far the largest network, with over 3 billion users worldwide. It's followed by YouTube, the second largest social media platform in 2024. Instagram, also part of the Meta family, is another big platform with 2 billion users. WhatsApp is the largest messaging platform. WeChat and Messenger are also in the top 10. TikTok, the very fast-growing video-based network, follows. Telegram and then Snapchat, followed by Douyin, the Chinese version of TikTok, round off the top 10 list. The Chinese video sharing platform Kaishu follows, and then X, Weibo, QQ, and Pinterest close off the list of the world's most used social media platforms. Later in this module, we'll take a closer look at most of these platforms to help you get a better feel for how they work and how marketers use them. Aside from the size of the audience of these different networks, it's important for marketers to consider the demographics of the people that use these platforms. Understanding the demographics of the users of different networks will help marketers choose the social media where most of their customers are active. To give you an idea, let's look at some demographic data based on a study from the Pew Research Center in the US. As you can see, different products appeal more or less to different demographics, such as age groups. YouTube and Facebook are used by people of almost any age group. 65% of people between the ages of 18 and 29 use Snapchat, but Snapchat sees little usage from older age groups. Instagram also skews younger, but we do see 59% of people between the ages of 30 and 49 using the platform as well. X, formerly Twitter, reaches a much smaller audience overall, with a skew towards the younger age group. LinkedIn sees slightly more adoption among the 30 to 49-year-olds, an effect of its specific focus on a professional audience. Pinterest, while smaller, has an almost equal reach among the under 30 and the between 30 and 40 audiences. When it comes to gender, YouTube has an almost equal reach among men and women. Facebook, Snapchat, and Instagram all skew slightly female, whereas LinkedIn and X, formerly Twitter, skew slightly male. Pinterest is a clear outlier with 50% reach among women and only 19% reach among men. We discussed the biggest platforms, but of course there are many more. As we saw in Fred Cavazza's work, you could categorize the different social media platforms by their specific focus. For instance, some focus on publishing, others on sharing, messaging, discussing, and collaborating or networking. You could also categorize social media based on the specific audiences and interests they tailor to. Niche platforms like Behance, for instance, focus on bringing artists together. A platform like Twitch is focused on gamers, and House focuses on architects and designers or people who are building or improving a house. Niche groups like these can be very attractive to marketers, depending on the product or service they sell. So, understanding which platforms operate in your industry or space can help you find your customer base. There are many different ways to describe and categorize social media sites, but there are a few platforms that you will need to understand as a social media marketer today. In what follows, we will give you an overview of the most important social media platforms, who their users are and what they use them for, and we'll also look at the opportunities they offer for marketers. Facebook is the biggest social media platform. Parent company Meta not only encompasses the Facebook platform, but also Instagram, Messenger, WhatsApp, and several others you may know as well. With 3 billion people across all of their platforms each month, it has the largest and most global audience. So it will come as no surprise that Meta features in almost any social media marketer strategy. For anyone who wants to become a social media marketer, Meta has a variety of essential platforms and tools, and it's crucial that you understand how they work. In this program, we'll explore Meta and its accompanying platforms in depth. It will help you market within the platform, but you will also find that Meta has a large influence on the social media marketing landscape today, and other platforms in the industry often follow its lead. As a result, a solid understanding of Meta will set you up for success, even if you explore using other social media sites. In this video, we'll take a brief look at the history of Meta and how it became the group of apps and services that we know today. Facebook was founded in 2004 by Mark Zuckerberg, Eduardo Saverin, Andrew McCollum, Dustin Moskovitz, and Chris Hughes, while they were students at Harvard. At the time, different student houses on campus each had their Facebooks, a photo directory with all the members of each house. Mark and his friends wanted to create an online directory that would bring all these Facebooks together. They coded the site with the intention to connect students all over the university and called their directory The Facebook. Later, they dropped "the" from their name and the company was moved to Palo Alto in 2004. The site was an immediate success on the Harvard campus, and soon the four friends expanded access to their platform to more universities and high schools. Millions of people joined, and in 2006, Facebook started giving access to employees at a few companies. In fact, at the time, I was at Yahoo, and we were one of the companies that was given access. I still remember the hype it created in the company and how quick we were to all use this privilege and create our profiles. It helped us to connect to each other, but the platform became really powerful once access was opened up to everyone in 2006. Usage grew exponentially, and long-lost connections were found, updates shared, and friendships rekindled. The core functionality of Facebook in the early days was exactly as it is now. You create a profile on the site and you find people to connect and share updates with. But since then, Facebook has added a lot of features and new ways for people to interact. We'll learn all about those in future videos. Let's take a quick look through the company timeline first and see how Facebook, now known as Meta, grew over the years. 4 years after its launch in 2004, Meta launched its first Facebook mobile app for iOS. Later, in 2008, Meta introduced Facebook Messenger, an app to let people directly connect to each other to chat. Then, in 2012, Meta acquired photo-sharing app Instagram. While Facebook already offered its users the ability to share photos, with Meta's acquisition of Instagram, they added sharing of mobile photos. At the time of the acquisition, Meta vowed to keep and build on Instagram's strengths rather than integrating the functionality into the Facebook app. Hence, Facebook and Instagram have remained separate apps, each serving their specific audience. A few years later, in early 2014, Meta announced it had bought the popular global cross-platform mobile messaging app, WhatsApp. WhatsApp's easy functionality would make it possible for more people to connect, an essential part of the Meta mission. Shortly after, Meta acquired Oculus VR, which at the time was the leader in immersive virtual reality technology and the seller of the Oculus Rift headsets that transport people into virtual reality. Using the headset, people can immerse themselves in a different reality and connect with each other, mostly for the purpose of playing games. At the time, Mark Zuckerberg in a press release said, "Mobile is the platform of today, and now we're also getting ready for the platforms of tomorrow." Oculus has the chance to create the most social platform ever and change the way we work, play, and communicate. This quote is helpful to understand the vision behind the focus on virtual reality. As Meta grew, it used an internal version of its platform to help its employees stay connected and get work done, called Workplace. In 2016, Meta announced that Workplace would become available to any company around the world that wants to use it. It's yet another way for people to stay connected, but now at work. In 2018, Meta introduced Portal, an immersive video calling device that lets people have video calls through Messenger or WhatsApp on the Portal device or even on their TV. With some neat augmented reality features and functionality that lets the camera follow you as you move around, it enhances the video calling experience. In 2019, Novi was introduced. Novi is a digital wallet created by Meta that lets people send and hold Pax Dollar, a digital currency. Novi is new, but according to the press release from Meta, it is meant to make sending money as easy as sending a message. You'll be able to use Novi as a standalone app as well as in Messenger and WhatsApp. These are just some of the notable products that Meta has built over the years. Meta is young, but it has had a profound impact on the way we connect and interact around the world. In the next video, let's look at how Meta's products enable growth for businesses around the world through different marketing opportunities. We know Meta's apps and services are popular. I bet you've used several of them yourself. In fact, I know that's a good bet because over 4 billion people around the world use Meta products to connect and share with each other. But now, let's look at these products through a marketing lens. By the end of this video, you'll know how to distinguish between the different advertising opportunities that exist among the Meta apps and services. If you've used any of the Meta products, I'm sure you've come across ads. Ads are part of the experience in Facebook, Instagram, and Messenger. For businesses, these ads are great opportunities for growth. And aside from Facebook, Instagram, and Messenger, Meta also offers a product called Audience Network, which offers businesses yet another way to connect to their users. Let's take a look at how each of these products can help a business. Facebook is the most widely used of the different Meta apps and services. Businesses and people use Facebook to make meaningful connections and share. Just like people, businesses can create a free page to establish their company's presence and start interacting. Facebook offers businesses different ways to grow, some paid and some free. For example, businesses can share posts, stories, message with customers, promote events, sell products, accept appointment bookings, and post jobs. They can also promote content through paid advertisements in feed posts, stories, and messages. People come to Instagram to be inspired and discover things they care about, including content from brands and businesses. With Instagram, businesses can grow their brand for free by sharing photos and videos and exchanging direct messages with people. Plus, they can extend their brand's reach and awareness with paid advertising. Instagram is a visual platform to explore and interact with people looking to connect with businesses. Businesses can interact with people through messages and comments on Facebook, Instagram, and Messenger. Messenger lets businesses instantly connect with people on their Facebook page or the Messenger app and make conversations happen in real time. Businesses can use Messenger to make suggestions, assist with sales, and offer support in one continuous conversation. They can also create ads with an integration that lets people click to Messenger to start conversations with potential customers or create sponsored messages to connect with people. While businesses can advertise to people on Facebook, Instagram, and Messenger, there's one more way in which businesses can use Meta to grow, and that's through the audience network. While people spend a lot of their time on Meta's platforms, they are also spending time in other apps. Audience Network is a collection of apps and websites that Meta partners with to allow advertisers to extend their Facebook and Instagram advertisements across the internet. We will learn how to advertise on Meta's platforms later, but for now it's good to know that you can advertise on Facebook, Instagram, and Messenger, but also on a collection of apps and websites that are not owned by Meta. This allows advertisers to reach a wider network of people and placements. Businesses can deliver the same ad they create for their Facebook campaign through the audience network, and it'll automatically adapt to fit the app or website where it appears. For businesses who want to grow and connect to their audience, these Meta apps and services are very powerful. The tools you can use to access these platforms as a business are all connected, making it possible to create content on one platform and deliver it across the other apps. For example, you can create one advertising campaign that will deliver ads to Facebook, Instagram, Messenger, and the Audience Network. You'll learn in this program how to do that in Meta's Ads Manager. You now have a better understanding of the different products Meta offers and the apps and services businesses can use to grow. Now it's time to look at the main social platforms in a bit more detail. We'll start with Facebook, Instagram, and WhatsApp, and then we'll cover other platforms outside of the Meta family. This brings us to the end of our introduction to social media marketing. Great job sticking with us. I think you'll find that having a solid foundation will help you throughout this program to situate what you're learning and how it relates to the larger marketing landscape. A quick recap of what we've covered and what you should keep in mind as we move on. Marketing is the art and science of selling goods and services online. We saw that the key focus in marketing should be on providing offerings that have value. We then explored digital marketing, which differs from traditional marketing in two core aspects. It offers granular targeting opportunities, or the ability to put a message in front of a specific audience. And it also enables measurement of results in ways that aren't possible in traditional marketing. Social media marketing is one form of digital marketing and is centered around connecting people and giving people the ability to create and share content. We saw that social media marketing isn't just for users. Businesses and non-profits can participate as well, as long as they stick to one very important rule. They have to focus on connecting, not just promoting. And finally, we touched on a way to categorize the many different social media platforms that exist and how Meta puts its stamp on the social media landscape we know today. Now it's your turn. Go and explore the social media landscape. Anyone exploring social media marketing roles will benefit from a good understanding of how social media platforms work, and the best way to build that understanding is through first-hand experience. If you don't have a profile on Facebook, Instagram, or LinkedIn yet, now is a great time to create one. You'll need them for this program. And if you already have profiles, start browsing around on a few networks that you aren't as familiar with. We mentioned X, Snapchat, Pinterest, WhatsApp, and TikTok, for instance. We will delve deeper into what all these platforms are about and how marketers can use them in the next module. But this way, you get a head start. And if you want to connect to your fellow students in the program, post your profile or handle in the forum so you can find each other. I can't wait to talk to you about marketing in the main social media platforms next. But first, check your knowledge with the following quizzes.